Our sophomores, for the most part, have had a pretty good run. Not as good as we'd hoped. Nothing But a Dreamer has been super flat. We're going to try and correct that. He's coming to the Meadows next week. They have great class here. Non-winners of 3, but not more than 5 for him. And, they generally go around 55, 56. That's a class Crantini was racing in. And I think that Nothing But a Dreamer can do in there. We just got to get him squared away for next week. Now, when it came to Crantini, somebody said, he raced terrible. He didn't race terrible. It was pretty clear he did the best he could. He was fine at the gate. He behaved. He sat him in a hole. He moved him second over, and then he fell apart. That isn't him racing bad. That's having a bad day. The horse was sick. Scoped a little bit of mucus, and there was a little bit of blood in there. Even with Lasix, if you have a little bit of sickness, you're racing in the heat. It's hard sometimes, and it's hard on them. So we'll give him a week off, and we'll put him on antibiotics, clean that all up, get him out in the grass, let him clean up, and then we'll get him back in to go next week. Absolute Euphoria was fantastic this week. Best mile of her life, second to the best filly in Ohio, second in the Sire Stakes, 51 flat. Finished second, a great race by her, and Stacy and Brett have done a tremendous job with this filly, and she has looked amazing. And it goes without saying, Stacy and Brett have always done a great job with all the horses we send them. Before Stacy and Brett, there was Dominic also. The way that we, and he most definitely managed that filly, was very, very good. And to get her, when we started in January, February, her knees were sore in January, to get her squared away where we could get her back racing, let her mature, grow up, fill out, start to put that muscle on, and then make her way down to Ohio, those steps were very important. And for him, the job that he did for her, at the very least, was extremely professional, and at very most, just almost incredible how good this filly come back. So very happy with Absolute Euphoria, and happy with the way that she's been racing under Brett and Stacy. And it goes without saying, the backstory to that was where that filly came from and how she got to where she is right now. And that definitely that definitely had a lot to do with Dominic Ledoux. Austral Hanover trained him this morning. I thought he trained good. That's not true. He trained like shit, but he always trains shitty. He knows when it's a race, and he knows when it's training. I turned him in the race bike. He went a mile in 2.7. Now, I just wanted to go easy with him anyway. 2.7 last half from 102, but he was just toying with me more than anything. Pulling up, he's bouncing around, and his ears up. He's feeling good. Brace for Landing was amazing today. Best race of his life, second in 53 and 4 in the Beal C division. Everything almost worked out perfectly today in Poconos, but it didn't quite get there. But it did for Brace for Landing. Carter Michael Dio, I told you guys in another video, going to spend the next 2 weeks just swimming and jogging light with him. Want to make sure that everything's all right with him as we continue to push forward into the remainder of his 2023 campaign. Cash Deals has been good, but she is a little bit sick, and she did hit herself the other day. A little bruise on that. I don't know which front leg it was. I was just being told. And, between the sickness, either one of those would keep her out of tomorrow. Both definitely will. So when it comes to Cash Deals, she's going to miss tomorrow, and they'll be back in at the very latest, the next Prospect Series leg. Coupe de Ville, I again put her in a video today. Lost a shoe, but actually that was probably the best thing that could happen, because the shoeing that I chose it, talked to Jason, talked to Enos, we put the shoes on her, and she was terrible. And she actually did her best work when she lost it around the last turn and down the backstretch, whenever the hell it come off. Still a mile 56, 29 and 1. But we do have to find a little bit of speed, so we're going to opt away from the flip-flops and the burrows that we had on her today. And I think we're probably going to go to an aluminum shoe for Scioto, and that will be dependent on how her feet are. If her feet are sore, then we obviously can't do that. But if her feet aren't sore, I think that would be best for Coupe de Ville. Crantini, as I talked about, was a little bit sick, a little under the weather. We're trying to get him back squared away. That shouldn't be that hard. The horse has been fantastic. And just so we're clear, although this horse tortured us last year and the start of this year, in his last 7 starts, he's done nothing wrong. And he's made quite a bit of money. And today was not him racing bad or being bad. It was him being sick. So Crantini's going to get a week for sure off, clean him up, and then away we go again. Cupid Express raced great the other day, second in 56. really, really happy with what I've seen from this filly. Gee, she was quite the pickup, I think. She's going to do us a lot of good. Cutie Cumber, little flat, has been a little flat. I would like to see her take a really good mark before the end of the year for obvious reasons, but not a sire stake filly and just kind of present in the Excelsior A's. Beautiful mare, beautiful filly, and I would like to see her come on, but what I like, what I want, has no bearing on what will happen. So we'll see how she progresses. Five Fish Species, quite the opposite. She has been awesome. So good, in fact. I know I didn't talk to Steve about this, but Megan said the two best fillies for sure aren't going to Batavia. This might be a wise opportunity to put her in the sire stakes, and that was a smart statement. I never even thought of it. I said, oh, great, Batavia, way to go. She goes, oh, we probably should put that filly in the sire stakes. Instagram model, those good horses are not going to be there, and it would be a good time. She is riding a heater right now. And Megan is 100% correct. She's going to win the sire stakes this week. My apologies, Steve, I didn't tell you that. Gandalf the Black, 5th, but they went 50-2 in Rio Carlton. So I suspect he'll be bouncing back this week in Ontario somewhere. Horn Player will be coming, or is in Ontario right now. She is going to race on the 24th. School next, oh no, she's going to race next week. It is the... yeah, she's going to race next week in Ontario. Really excited to either drive her or watch her go. She has been good, and I think she's sitting on a good mile, and I personally want to be there myself to drive her. I just don't know where I have to or can be next Friday. We'll see, but I hope it will be somewhere racing Horn Player for sure. Major Megan didn't get in this week. Where are we going here? Major Megan did not get in this week at the Meadows. Hopefully she'll get in next week. The class just didn't go. And if she doesn't, then she can make her way back to Northfield, where she rather likes that track. Merchant Man, we did not take him over to the Meadows. He raced so bad his last start. Just wanted to give him a week or so off, bring him back and race him back in that class and see how he does. But I suspect he'll do just fine. Let me get through here. It's a tight fit. My 1% will be racing tomorrow night at Georgian Downs. Smart move by Dominic. Don't take him to Leamington. Bring him to Georgian Downs, bigger track where he's already done well. Now he is up in class. It's no cakewalk. And my 1% also, I'll be doing this over the next couple of weeks, talking about the horses that will be moving. And my 1% will also be a horse that will be moving. He's got 5 or 6 wins, 30,000-40,000 made. Nice colt. Maybe we'll race him in the Prospect Series, I don't know. Or maybe we'll sell him going into the Prospect Series. But he will be a sophomore that will be leaving also. Nothing But a Dreamer. Can't sell him like that. I can tell you what, he's going to have to put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 really good lines on, because he's got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 really kind of mediocre lines sitting behind him. When I drove him, I liked him. I thought the horse raced good, tried a 54-2. Certainly not the same horse the other night. I want to see what took place with him, watch the video a couple of times, maybe even talk to Sylvain. But he'll be coming to the Meadows next week. Smoking Hot Irish Girl is in Wednesday at the Meadows. Should be a lot of fun to drive, but she's got the outside. Spitfire Overseas, a tricky situation there. Go back and watch the video where I give updates and injuries. There's a little bit of a snafu with Spitfire Overseas. He's fine, he's training, but the medication we used, the veterinarian juice that you have to use to get their heart back in sync, has a ridiculously long withdrawal time in Pennsylvania, and it may be a problem moving forward in the here and now. Stay Special is swimming and walking/jogging on the walker. We'll give her about 3 weeks of that. Investigate her knees again, and then away we go. Steel Cowboy made a break. I can't say that I was shocked that he made a break in Mohawk. Bit of a tricky bugger to drive, and unfortunately for Tyler and Dominic, they're not going to get another chance to atone. He's going to be coming over to the Meadows also, where I can drive him in the numbers of 2, by the way, at the Meadows. Swinging Senorita's got a stake race coming up this week, both her and Coop. The reason Coop is going, we'd like to catch the consolation with Coop if we could, but she would have to hook a 5 or so, 4 or 5 to do it. All right, moving on. Tactical Mounds, New Jersey Sire Stakes bound next. I guess her and Brace, I suspect, will make their appearances in the New Jersey Sires. I'll talk to Scott, I guess, before I put that cart before the horse, so to speak. in regards to Brace for Landing, but I suspect Tactical Mounts and him will both show up there. Tactical Mounts has been absolutely fantastic this year. Tailgate Buzz probably race next week. We'll get him underway again. He was a little bit sick, much like Crantini, a little bit sick, showed a little blood afterwards. We cleaned him up. He'll be ready to go again for next week. Wallop trained today. I trained Wallop in 59, last half 58. I actually thought he was a little flat, to be truthful, but we'll draw his blood, make sure everything's all right, make sure that he is ready to roll on I don't know what day it was, Thursday or Friday of next week. Then we have Warwi Yuri having a good year again, raced great the other day. He's going to race tomorrow in Leamington. And my little man, What a Mission, he is also having a good year and may also be a horse that may be leaving in the fall, unless I'm certain that they can win some more races or start off their 4-year-old reason strong, which is tough to do. Then they likely will be leaving our barn in the latter part of the fall, at some point in the next 3 weeks to 6 weeks. So with that, I'm going to let you go. 2-year-olds are up next. I'd like to get through them. I wasn't feeling my opening. Just wasn't feeling it tonight. So I'm going to do it tomorrow at some point. I suspect, I guess I'll do it Poconos tomorrow. That's exactly what I'll do. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to talk about all the 2-year-olds, get to the opening tomorrow, but having a pretty good week here at the stable. Take care.